Alright you guys, in this video I take an old ass drill press from 1940 and bring it up to modern standards with illumination, variable speed, and a tachometer. So if you guys are interested in how I did it, stick around. I'm going to put a description below all the parts I use so you can make one too. Holy hell, is that thing heavy. If you guys remember a few videos back, I did a little video on the plasma track and how I made it, and I use this drill press quite a bit. It's definitely an old drill press. I do a little research on it, find out how old it is. I'll post some information in the video. Anyways, like I said in the intro here, we're going to take this thing from old and bring it up to modern day technology. See a variable speed motor and all that. So it should be a pretty good little build here. So guys, stick around and check out the video. So this drill press was like this when I got it. I've had it for about 10 years now as a gift I got, a friend of mine. And just kind of use it the way it is. This old wrench has been brazed onto here for a quick release. Someone did a long time ago. It's got an electrical box, some chunks of wood, old belt that's fallen apart, and this nasty old power cord. And let me show you how old this stuff is. Look at this contacts in here. Just screw terminals right underneath. I do know that there's been a few times when handling this thing without gloves, I've gotten a little bit of a zap from it. Not powerful, but enough to freak me out a little bit about it. So it'd be nice to go through here and ground it properly and convert it over here. So I did some digging around the internet and I found out, I think it's a 1940 drill press. It's from Walker Turner. And in 38, they started adding serial numbers to them. And what I read was the last two digits represent the year it's manufactured. This one is a 40. So in 48, the company got sold to Rockwell Tool, and they changed names after that point. So it's a pretty old drill press here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull off the old motor and pull off some of the old components on here and start cleaning it up and repainting it while we're waiting on those parts to show up here. If you guys enjoy the quality content in this video, please hit like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated and also helps to promote my channel. So here's the old glue machine I hated working on. It's decommissioned now, it's been taken out of production, but it was for applying wood glue onto boards, and you can see it's like anything you need to work on, you had to chisel away to clean it and get into the parts and replace bearings. It's a nightmare. But it's got a 1-horse 3-phase motor on it here. This whole thing's going to go to the recycler, and I was going to pull the motor here, and it's wired for 480 but it can be rewired for 230. If I get time, I'm going to try to pull this gear reduction box off as well. Yeah, 3-phase. Even the nuts look quite a bit different from back then. We're only 5/16 thread pitch, but they take a 5/8 wrench. Yeah, they got a little step on the back side here. Figure get this out. This is a crescent wrench from way back in the day, probably an era of the drill. And I'm sure they rounded nuts and bolts off just as bad back then as they do now. Well, look what the cat dragged in. Got a little delivery from Amazon for this thing. I got a little work lights, flexible, adjustable. It should be really nice to have on here so you can see what you're drilling. And as you see, I got the 1 horsepower 3-phase motor mounted on here. I got the second part to it. I got a nice little VFD I ordered. This one seemed to appear really quality. The instructions are very easy to understand. Nice aluminum case, seems like a quality one. Paid a little more for this, but I think the simplicity and the quality of it is going to pay off in the long run. Very simple on-off switch. If you want to make it forward, stop, and reversing, you can actually buy an aftermarket switch for it. It's got variable speed, just dead simple. And I'm going to mount this and talk a little bit more how I'm going to be using this on here. I'll bring you in a little closer so you guys can check it out. I'll take the top off and show you guys. It's got a really nice aluminum case it comes in. The directions, like I said before, are really laid out very clear. There's a lot of little jumpers in here and these little adjustable pots in here, and they explain what they all do. Supply with a little jumper as well for running off of 110. So like I said, you can run 110 into here or 220 and it will output 220 3-phase. So it's pretty nice, it'll do that. I've used some of the digital interface ones with the digital screen on them, and there's just usually the manuals that come with them are really poorly written. Yeah, you just really don't understand what they're getting at in it. Usually take a while to get set up and get all the parameters set. This one has some parameters and comes factory set pretty well for most people, but you can get in and deal with just a little bit, like ramp up from 0 speed to full speed if you just turn the knob on at full speed, how long it's going to take to ramp up and decelerate as well. There's a few little adjustments you get in here, but it's a very simple unit. It's not like you got to get in there and program until you get it to run right. So I think it's going to be a pretty good little VFD here. So the way I'm going to hook this thing up right now, I'm just going to hard line it right into the bottom of this speed controller. But down the road, if I get another 3-phase single horsepower machine in the shop, I'm going to have a twist lock on here, a 3-phase twist lock simple plug-in that I can just disconnect the motor, untwist it off of here, and just hook the machine that's sitting next to the drill press into it. So I'll have one controller that can run a few different machines from. So I've had this tool stand kicking around here for a while. The tool burned out or whatever was on it a long time ago, but it's too beefy to get rid of. It's been a pretty solid one. I knew the time would come when I'd have the right tool for it. Just got the 3-phase motor wired up. Of course, it's all unplugged right now. We got my ground hooked up and got the red, black, and white wire hooked up. And for any 3-phase motor, if you want to reverse the rotation, you just swap any of the 2 terminals here, the wires, and it'll reverse the direction. But also, there's a jumper on over here on this side, right down here, where you can just take that jumper and unplug it and flip it over to the other one to reverse the rotation. All right, we got some strongman competition stuff going on here. I got my nephew out to help me with this thing. So we're going to lift it up on the table now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, high five. So I got to cut a piece of aluminum to mount the VFD to. I'm going to use my track torch. I don't know if you guys saw the video how I made this thing. It worked excellent. There's going to be a link to it right up here in the video, and you can go to that and check it out. But anyways, all plasma torches don't cut aluminum the cleanest, a little slag, but we're going to use it anyways and cut this piece, so I'll show you guys how this works. There we go. So there's a little magnet I epoxied up there for the tachometer. So here's the wonderful directions for the tachometer. So if you end up hooking up one of these tachs, you want to pay attention to the polarity of the magnet because it will only cycle it with the proper polarity. So before you actually epoxy it on, make sure it will actually strobe the light on here. You got the right side epoxied on there. So by looking over this thing, I realize there's a low amperage relay right in here, and I think it puts out about we'll pass through about a half an amp through it at 120 volts. So I made a little bridge over to these, and I've run a little wall wart to control the tachometer and my little work light right here. Well, we got it all wrapped up here, got the tach on, got the light wired up, so when you turn the machine on, it all turns on at the same time. So I'll fire it up and show you guys how it works. Got a nice work light right here, the tach, ready to go. Variable speed. Pretty smooth. we're nearing the end of the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. It's appreciated by me and it helps promote my channel. And if you guys are interested in doing something like this to your own drill press, you can get some of these parts off of Amazon. There will be links in the description below for the illumination for the light, the tachometer, and this VFD. All right, you guys, thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.